In this video, we're having a look at the 26-to-1 Thunderbolt 5 FusionDock Ultra from iVanky. Hi, I'm Lee. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're having a lovely day. So this is the FusionDock Ultra. It is, as you can see, a bit of a beast. Let's first talk about pricing. It is $999 Australian, and that's available on Amazon or iVanky's website, as well as, I think in the US pricing, it was $749 and on sale at the moment on their website for $649 US. So it's a fair chunk of change, but as we go through all the bits and bobs and all the ports and everything that it's got on it, I think you'll see that the value is definitely there. So let's first start off with what you've got here on the front. So you've got two USB-A ports, and those are both not in focus. So you've got two USB-A ports, and those are both 10 gigabit ports. You then got six USB-C 10 gigabit ports. You've got a PD out, so that's also going to give you a little bit of power. And I believe all of these, I think if I remember correctly, these are all 45 watts. You can plug an iPad, an iPhone, charge all of your mobile devices off of there. Then you've got audio out port here, and then you have your SD cards, and these are 0.40, so these are really fast SD card readers. So that is all the stuff that you have on the front. Now let's flip around and have a look at the back. And the first thing that you'll notice on the back is this massive sticker, which is covering the back. And this is actually a really good thing about this because, and I'll talk a bit more about this in detail as we go through this, is the instructions and the manual, all the information that I think they've really gone out of their way to try and make this as user-friendly as possible so that you get it out of the box and you can understand right away what you need to do, what you don't need to do, all that kind of stuff. So you've got audio in, audio out, so mic line in, mic line out. There's obviously your power. You've got dual upstream, so these are, I think they are 180 and 120 gigabit upstream ports. So these are the ports that you plug your computer into on this. Interesting enough, and we'll test this as we plug it in, but they recommend when you're using it with a laptop to actually use a dual cable, which they do provide, and I'll take you through that when we get in. But here's the sticker blocking all of the ports here on the back, but let's see what the sticker says. It says check the FAQ card before you do anything in and before you plug it in, because the FAQ card they give is really good with this, so that basically they're saying at least don't read the whole manual, but at least read the FAQ card before you plug it in and say things aren't working or whatnot, because we cover all of it in terms of what will and what won't work. So let's take that sticker off and have a look what ports and stuff we have underneath that sticker. So here we have your dual 80, 120 gigabit Thunderbolt 5 ports. These are to plug things into it. So these are your downstream cables. You then got HDMI, you've got DisplayPort 2.1. Sorry, I'm moving my hand backwards. Then you've got optical audio. So if you want really good audio out, you've got your optical audio as well. You've got another USB-C port on here, and then another two USB-A ports on there, and 10 gigabit Ethernet. So all the ports in the world. Yeah, so loads of things. While we're looking at it, I just want to point out another thing. You'll notice that it's got the space around it in the metal bits around it, and that is because they're focused really hard. It's got two chips in there in terms of speed, in terms of keeping everything going, but also what they've got is they've got a dual fan system. So they've got a sort of a fan on either side, and that's designed so that it can keep the airflow going through, because very often with docks, if you have issues and things like that, sometimes it can be a thermal issue, so it's overheating. So they've gone through, they've added a lot of engineering in here to keep it nice and cool, so that it's not going to affect speeds and performance and all that sort of stuff. So the reason why it's got the space around here is also to help with airflow and to help with cooling. Before we actually plug it in and get started looking how it actually performs, I do want to show you, I know I don't normally do this, but I do want to show you a little bit about some of the stuff that they've got in the FAQ and in the manual that it comes with. So I really like the documentation. Who cares about the documentation? By the way, the box that this came with, again, normally who cares about the box that a dock comes through? But I mean, the box was really nice. The packaging was fancy and really good in terms of everything was packed in everything, individual boxes and labeled and everything. I normally don't talk about the packaging, but they've done a really nice job of the packaging, which again adds to sort of like that high quality, high value kind of feel to the whole product experience, in my humble opinion. So yeah, so really good instructions on, this is what these ports do, this is what these ports do, these are what you should plug in, this is what you shouldn't plug in. And then we get onto the displays. So this will let you plug up to 4 6K displays and up to 3 8K displays, but it depends on what machine you're using to plug it into, because it still depends on what those machines support. And they've got a really good table in here in the instructions on what machines support what amount of displays and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I was really impressed with the instructions that came with it. It also came with this quick start guide and just a couple of things in terms of, if you're plugging in a computer, do this. If you're plugging in a laptop, do that. And they give you a heads up that system preferences will come up and ask you to give it permission to connect, and you do need to click allow and allow twice. And they've got QR codes for setup guides if things aren't working and troubleshooting. So I really think they've done a really good job in terms of trying to make this as user friendly as possible. In terms of accessories that it comes with, not that much. Obviously it comes with a power brick, a decent sized power brick as you'd expect for something like this. And then it comes with 2 sets of cables. So it comes with a Thunderbolt 5 cable, so you can plug your Thunderbolt 5 stuff into it. But then it also comes with this dual Thunderbolt cable, which is your upstream. So this is the cable that you're going to use to plug in your devices. Really cool thing about this cable, I'm not quite sure why it's there, but on the one side it actually connects magnetically, so that depending on if you've got the connection, so for example on your laptop it might have the 2 Thunderbolt ports right next to each other, or they may be separate and you might have to put them in vertically. So yeah, not a big deal, but I really like how those are magnetic. But now that I've yammered on and we've gone through all of that, let's actually plug it into a computer and see how it functions. Right, so I've got it plugged into my Mac Mini now, and I did need to plug in both the dual Thunderbolt cables. Now, so that does take up 2 of your 3 Thunderbolt cable connections on the back of the Mac Mini, which you might kind of go, well, hang on, why is it taking up 2 of those ports? Because it just needs to in order to do what it needs to do. But it's giving you 4 Thunderbolt 5 ports on the back anyway. So yes, you're losing an extra one on your computer, but you're gaining 4. So overall, it's still pretty darn good. Now, just to run a couple of little tests, I've got a Thunderbolt 5 enclosure with a SSD in there. It's not the fastest SSD in the world, but I just wanted to run some speed tests just to get an idea of the kind of speeds that I can get. And as you can see here, it's blazingly fast. So in terms of support, and I'm only running 2 displays. So I'm running a Apple XDR display, a 6K display, and then I'm just running like a little 2.7 Dell kind of thing that I have as a second display. So I'm not able to test it with all the displays, but yeah, I think with the Mac Mini that I've got here, which is an M4 Pro, it should be able to run 4 of the XDRs, which is a bit nuts. I'm not even sure. You need a pretty big desk to run that, I think. But yeah, so there we go. So as you can see, in terms of the speeds on the back Thunderbolt 5 ports, absolutely no complaints there. And I've just got slightly slower SSD plugged in around the front on one of the USB-C ports. And let's just do a quick test on that. And yeah, as you can see, sort of, that's kind of what you'd expect on the front USB-C ports. I do like how it's got so many ports on the front, so if you do need to access stuff and just plug things in around the front, you can, and then you can leave the sort of stuff plugged in around the back sort of permanently. Something that I think is worth mentioning just with the fans, so while I've got it running, I can definitely hear the fans going. It's very, very soft. iVanky says on their website that it's, I think it was, it'll be anywhere from 40 to 40-ish decibels up to 60 decibels when it's running in high performance. So again, I'm not taxing the dock particularly because I'm only using it with 2 displays. I've only got 3 or 4 hard drives plugged in at the moment, so it's not really, doing huge amounts of data. And if I was transferring data, the fans would kick in a little bit more. But I did want to say, I'd have to sit here very quietly and then I can hear it. But if I was just sort of doing everyday stuff, I definitely wouldn't hear it. And I've yet to have it really sort of kick in. But even with that, if it was only about 20 decibels more, the noise from the fan is not really going to be an issue. So what are my final thoughts on the FusionDock Ultra from iVanky? I hope I'm pronouncing that right, iVanky or eVanky. Yeah, let me know down in the comments if someone knows how to pronounce it correctly. So what are my final thoughts? I'm really impressed. I mean, it's got 26 ports in one. It's so many ports. If you're looking to plug everything in and have it plugged in all the time with your computer, I think this is definitely something worth looking at. I really like all the documentation that it comes with, so it's really user-friendly, really easy to set up, you know, just sort of plug and play. I was a bit thrown off by the dual cables. In order to plug it in, you do need to have the dual cable, so you are taking up 2 of your Thunderbolt ports on your computer to get the optimum setup from this. I was able to plug it in just normally, but if you want to get the most from it, you are going to need to use those 2 Thunderbolt ports, but you're getting 4 Thunderbolt ports on the back, 4 Thunderbolt 5 ports on the back. So, you know, it doesn't really matter that much that it is taking up 2 of your ports on the actual computer. But yeah, it is a fair chunk of change. Again, I'll put an affiliate link to the Amazon link down in the bottom. If you are interested in purchasing it, please use our affiliate link. But yeah, I think even though it's $999, it's $1,000 for a dock, but the kind of folks who'd be looking at this, I'd imagine that you are looking for the fastest, most connectable dock around, and this is definitely right up there in the list. So if you are looking for a pretty much do everything dock, and you're in the market for one of these, I think the iVanky Ultra Fusion Dock, the FusionDock Ultra is definitely something worth looking at. I hope this video was helpful. I hope it was useful. If you have found it helpful or useful, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much for your support, and we'll catch you on the next one. Safe and happy docking. Take 2, hopefully you didn't bother with take 1 because, yeah. In this video, we're having a look at the safe and happy docking. I've heard worse, I've said worse. Yeah, let's go with that.